Building, what's going on?
What's good, DNA? How are you?
Chilling, chilling.
Salute.
I'm good, man. How you doing, man? I got an odd question for you, but I think it's a question that everybody on here wants to know, right? So you had a
Okay.
battle with Disaster.
Yes, I did.
You wound up recapping it on 15 Minutes of Fame. He
Right.
bombards your interview, starts talking, and most of the comments say "real sick looks disgusting." What was going through your mind as this happens? Because I want to know that too.
I mean, look, this is my first time really interacting with this, you know what I mean? And like over the years, people always talk about how much he like talks, you know what I mean? So I was seeing it, live in action. But the I was eating. That was my first all day. I didn't eat. It was 7 p.m. I was I was fucking some Pizza Hut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking of at the time. But the one thing I had to make clear was, he kept trying to say like he think the reason he got booed for saying the N-word is because it looked like he said it to me. And I had to correct him and say, no, you got booed because you said it and you're not supposed to say it. You know what I mean? And I wasn't really agreeing with anything he was saying. So I know it looks funny like on the video because he's just talking and I just keep looking at the camera while I'm eating this shit. But no, I just didn't agree with what he was saying. You know what I mean? But I mean, we already had like a full interview that Rod's probably gonna drop. That was like the second part of it. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
okay.
But
So let me ask you
but yeah.
this, right?
hmm
Do you think it's acceptable because he did say sand nigga and not actual nigga?
Nah, because past what's the word? Past transgressions, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the past, he said, look, we both from the East, right? So like there's people I figured out in the East Coast, people see like all different kind of races saying it. And
Yeah.
then if you go to like, Chicago or something, the South, that shit don't fly. So for me, growing up, even if my homies would say, you got to pass or whatever, to me, that was never like, all right, I'm gonna start saying it.
Yeah.
In my head, anything, racism has always just been a trigger for me. So anything related to it, I never even let become part of my vocabulary, right?
Yeah.
The fact that he even got too comfortable to start saying that. Two, anytime he said it before, like he said it verse hollow. And then Marv One gets on afterwards, like, I didn't like when you use that word. Looking at him, he didn't say it in any kind of crazy way. And Diz was like, well, somebody should check me for it. You can't be in the culture, say something that disrespects it, and then when somebody voices their feelings to you, your response is, man, check me for it. You know what I mean? Like, it was shit
Mm.
like that I was seeing him do that I was just like, you're not even respectful. And then number three, so you're not saying it on like you know, between if you say it, you're saying it on a world stage in front of everybody. And then on top of that, I already started the shit with stop saying it because you saying it wild. Then you calling three lettermen, and then you saying all this wild shit, and then you think you could get away with just saying that? Like I don't know. To me, anybody with my descent or my background or anything close to it shouldn't even be just why it was even an angle for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe that's just how how I think. I don't know. Is the stream good? Because the comments saying it was bugging and shit a little.
This shit is doing some Undertaker shit right now, my nigga. This shit
Did
is
anything I said? I
nah.
just said some important shit, so I
I don't
don't know
know.
if it
This
heard that
shit
shit or not.
this shit is going out on some Undertaker shit. I don't know. I don't know if they got me
Heard me or
confused.
not? But
Yeah, I heard you. Can you hear me?
all right, cool. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Yeah, we heard everything though. Nah, and it should be good on the playback for YouTube. I just wanted to be clear
got you.
as they watching this. So, in my opinion, I agree with everything that you said. You know, so many things happen in the culture, more in
Yeah,
life that you just forget. But I was there with the Marv one thing because I battled It's funny when I'm about to say this. I battled gyms that day. So the
Look
irony,
how I come around
look
though.
how I come around. No, the irony that when you know what I mean, Marv said when he
Yeah,
said that this, I was battling gyms, but that wasn't the topic with gyms at the time. But yeah, I do remember that. I
yeah.
do remember Marv one being super heated about that. And I didn't hear it because I think like I was getting ready to battle or I just battled, so I was outside or whatever.
Yeah,
But I do remember that. But I also feel like when he first said it, they wasn't going crazy. Like they didn't like it, but I don't think the booze was there. He made it
he
that
made
when
it
he said,
worse.
"Yeah, yeah, I said it. Yeah."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, yo, this
Not
guy's a
only
bully.
that, like, yeah, like that's another thing. It's the setup of it. Like, even before that, he said, "I'm about to say some shit to really get me booed." And like before, when he was getting booed, he was like, "Oh, it's about to get way worse." Like, why? Like, you're not giving a vibe of you telling a story. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm mad. I'm mad at the shit that he kept the head wrap on. Cause I don't need no confusion. You know what I mean? Like why'd you keep it on, Doug? Like you don't wear a turban like that. Like why you keeping that shit on? Why you saying that shit? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I was like a couple days after I was before I saw the battle back, I was kind of heated. I was like, damn, he really fucked my footage up. You know what I mean? Like I didn't stay up 10 days being preparing for a big stage and just getting comfortable up there and having all this material, angles, jokes, punches, all of that. But that shit that happened. But I finally watched it back yesterday. VOD is out till September 3rd on Caffeine. Everybody go cop it if you don't got it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's a master class on strategy on my part. So it
Yeah.
looks crazy on camera. You know what I mean? Everything I planned for, it went exactly according to plan. What's that shit? I love it when the plan come together, right? Like
Yeah.
that's everything I planned, he wanted long rounds. I said, all right, I'm gonna win this battle by being concise. Because I already know he's gonna be going everywhere. I'm gonna have a good 330, and I'm gonna win by the second thing. For years, people said I took his style.
Mm-hmm.
Always hated when people said that because I think me and him rap nothing alike. So the whole theme of the first round was we're not the same, right? One
Mm-hmm.
is we're not the same. We don't got the same beliefs. We don't got the same ideologies. We don't talk the same. We're not from the same place. And now I'm showing we don't rap the same. And then I tie all of that shit up in a bow and I end it with don't get booed. Very intentional when I say that. Because now it's in the crowd's head don't get booed. And now he's all over the place. So now it's going to get in his head. Don't get booed. So right when he says a line and he doesn't get reaction for it, my mind is it's all mind games, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping to throw him off his square, right? Because it looks like he's easy to throw off. You know what I mean? And then with the second and third, he just got so much shit going on there's just some shit that needed to be said. Like it doesn't even need to be a haymaker. Like I need to say shit like you said you're not a guest. Address that shit, right? I need to say you rap in all these languages, but you don't translate here. You know what I mean? I need to say like there's all these kind of important things I feel like that needed to be said to him. You know what I mean? So I feel like I understood the assignment. This is the first time I feel like I was going into a big stage battle understanding the assignment. You know what I mean?
Nah, I think you understood that
Yeah.
Simon Warner well. I heard that first um
Yeah.
before you got on stage, and I was walking around and a couple people willing to bet. Nobody took me to bet. I'm like, yo, I bet you real six first round um shuts the building down. Would you call it a 30 or do you give him the second?
Nah, it's not it. So it's a 30, it's a clear 30. Even on a watch back, it's a 30. Like this is the thing with fans, right? Fans want to see a good battle. And
Mm-hmm.
he was in such a deficit. Like that was another part of my plan. It was to go first, so he's fighting back the whole time.
Mm.
And my first round was probably the best round of the whole battle.
I
Like,
think so.
yeah, like I was bombing every 2 to 4 bars. I'm controlling the crowd. I'm talking to them. I'm doing my first round had a lot, and it was placed there very strategically. Again, because like I said, I want him being in a deficit. So now I am my second, and he's so, you know what I mean, like low, right? His
Yeah.
expectations are so low. He comes out with the suit on and all of that. He starts being funny. But if you look at the round, he said maybe two bars, the creatine bar, and there was like one more bar he said that was good. That's not more important than the shit that I'm saying to him before. If we go through the round, you know what I mean? Telling him it's about to be his last time here. I'm not joking about any of that shit, right? Like, if Dizaster ain't flooding the streets, what's he in that category for? Like, all of that shit is way better than the shit he did. It's just when fans are seeing somebody fight back, and of course, everybody wants to see a fire battle. So they're going to throw the 1-1s up.
Yo, can
But
I
you
say can
saw
I
how
can I
quickly it went to 3-0.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
can I say this? Can I say this, Sick? I've never do you have like a different issue with Disaster? I've never heard you talk like this before.
Nah, I don't got an issue with him as a person. Like we was cool. You know what I mean? It was just some of the shit he did that I had an issue with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like
okay.
I don't like
Cause
the
usually
fact, like I
after
said,
bat, yeah. Cause you usually after battle, like you always take the, you know what I mean, yo, however they call it, you know what I mean. I know you by now, so that's why I'm like, yo, you in a different bag for this one. But
yeah.
I feel I
No,
feel
I just yeah, it's just that's all it was. Like we just got different ideologies. That don't mean I hate him as a person. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I just don't believe in some of the shit he believes in. That's it. And I'm just happy because this whole shit has been like the shit that made World Star was him saying the N word. It wasn't
Oh,
me
it's on
going
World
crazy.
Star.
It's on World Star.
Oh man,
That's what I'm saying. So initially I was mad that I was like, yo, we had this short prep. I put in work, and that's the shit that's gonna overshadow it.
yeah.
But when I saw it on footage, I'm like, all right, we good. Because this shit does not look close on footage at all. And the crazy shit about it is I'm kind of predicting the whole battle as the battle goes along. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, and this is a parallel universe. People been saying I took his style, right?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't even get a reaction until he looked or sounded like me.
Mm.
He had to dress up like me and imitate me to start getting reactions. Parallel universe.
Do you feel like they gave him a fair? This is the last question about that. Then we're gonna move on to the rest of the card. Do you feel like they
Yeah.
gave him a fair shake, or do you feel like yo damn like they was really going crazy, not even letting him get his I mean bars off?
No, like they gave him a fair shake, 100%. When he said some good shit, they cheered. If he
Mm.
said something they didn't like, the first couple, this is what the big stage, at least with that crowd, is like. If you say something they don't like, they just won't react. But if you got a couple of those in a row, then they're gonna be like, all right, this shit getting dry. And then if you boring them, they're gonna start saying boo.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? The Houston crowd is amazing. Like it's one of the best crowds. I don't know why. Like I seen them saying, is that the worst crowd or whatever? It's not
I'm
that
gonna
they
tell you what
didn't let you
happened.
get your shit off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I was just saying, like it's not like I don't like that he was saying that oh y'all didn't let me get my shit off. No, you got to make them want to listen. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like there's some accountability on the rappers part. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah, for sure. What other battles did you see that night?
uh I was in and out watching Rum and Ace
Yeah, because you was
um
next.
because I was next. I saw you and Jerry,
Okay, how you
and
what you thought about that? I mean, obviously most people got
I
Jerry
I,
winning,
I
but what you thought about that?
yeah, I mean I watched it back yesterday too. It's not like it's just he had a lot of he understood the assignment too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you wasn't whack any of them rounds, especially that third round was probably your best round too. Like and that basketball rebuttal was crazy. Like it was a good battle to watch. It seemed like he rapped a little longer than you, which is obviously, that like that'll win. But he also has some crazy shit that was perfect for the stage. You know what I mean? Like even the sound effect shit, the scorpion shit, like
Yeah,
he
like in
he
my
was just
opinion, I watched it back now. Watching it back, only round that I feel like is like super decisive. Like, and I'm not saying like not mean like oh I watched it back and I'm like but only round I feel like that's clear to him is the third.
mm.
Because I feel like on the first two, the start offs for him was like slow.
Hmm.
So I feel like going second, like live. Obviously, when you watch it
Yeah,
back, you get to really decipher and do all that. But live, when you go second and you got a good heat up at the end, it's easy to be like, yo, he got that round.
yeah.
But then again, I'm in the battle and I'm watching it from a different lens. That's why I asked you, like, how do you look at the first two rounds?
No, I still think he got it,
Okay.
but I don't think it was as, when people were saying like leave him alone and a 3-0 chance, like I don't think that needed to happen because you had some crazy shit. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
obviously, I mean he's just doing what he got to do on that stage. I'm
No, no, no. He
I'm
definitely
happy for
did.
Jared.
He
You know what I
definitely
mean?
did
Like
what he got to do, and I also
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like, like how you saying you learning. On the flip side, I'm learning. Like me, I be
Hmm.
going into battles like he's good, I'm good. But I realize
Hmm.
now in that battle, like I gotta stop doing that because the separation gap is so far that it's not the same. We're not on the same playing field when we battling. It's like I'm
Hmm.
DNA,
Hmm.
I'm supposed to go destroy him. If that doesn't happen and he does higher than how people look, I'm already in the uphill battle. Same thing with
Yeah.
Vincent. So I was like,
The
I gotta,
same. Yeah.
yeah, I
Same
learned,
thing with that second round with Diz. That's what I was trying to say. Like
yeah,
that second round with him is kind of like that same shit. But yeah, it's definitely like, I mean, you've been around for so long. It's kind of like the curse that it's a gift and a curse. Like Nitty got that shit too, where he's like amazing every time. So if he's not amazing, people will be like that shit happened to him during the COVID era. Like when he battled Reed and shit, he still has some crazy shit. But like, I guess he wasn't amazing to the fans. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
like that's you set the standard that high because you know what I mean because of classic performances and shit. So yeah, it's definitely something that I'm seeing that comes with battle rap. You know what I mean? Like people whenever you set a standard, you gotta either meet that shit or surpass it every time, and that shit is tough. Take it
mm.
from me. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah,
Nah, did you see Sugar and Fonz, or you didn't get a chance to see that one?
I saw the first two rounds. Um, I think Fonz got the first. The second was a real good round.
Yeah,
And then I didn't get to see the third. Uh, that shit was fire. I wish. See, that's the thing I hate about like when you performing at the event,
yeah, you don't
you
get
don't
to
get to
enjoy it.
catch a lot. Yeah, and then I caught a couple bars with Hollow and Twerk, but I still didn't get to see enough of the battle to really like call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I watched maybe a round of John and T Top. Um, but yeah, I still gotta watch that shit back. I
yeah,
was also like still in like a weird like deciding how I felt about my battle because like Diz I always said before Diz was one of my favorites and then to see it happen like that was kind of weird, you know what
yeah.
I mean? But yeah, anyway,
Uh, now, my
it's
last
good.
question to you before I get you out of here.
Yeah,
Who you got on your radar next? I seen some people talking about you and Jerry. I don't know if there's anything else you had lined up, like in your
I
head that you
mean
want to do.
I mean after the event I chilled with Rock and Nitty for probably the rest of the night and we both was talking about battling, you know what I mean? Like and I said it in the battle too. I said this is my 18th URL battle with all the legends
18?
I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 18. See, this is why I had to say that because people don't and only five of them been like people around my class
Yeah,
out of 18. So 13, what is that? 13 of them been top tier names. You know what I mean?
that's
So
crazy.
I had to say that and I said, yeah, this is my 18th URL battle with all the legends I see. I'm gonna stand in front of Rock and Nitty before I get to 19. So that
Mm,
so I wanna battle one of them. Um, maybe December, me and Nitty could lock in.
I like that for a
Um,
volume. I like that for a
yeah,
volume.
that's just scary. That shit is scary.
Yeah,
That shit is a scary battle. But
but you go in there in the volume and go crazy. That shit just, I mean, that catapult you
absolutely.
somewhere else.
And I had a battle of the year candidate every year that I've been here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So every year I've been active. So I want to have one of those this year too. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got, they just announced me for Blackout. So we back
Mm.
in Canada
Shout out to
at the
Organic.
end of September.
Shout
Shout
out to
out to
Organic.
Organic. Shout out to King of the Dot, man. Like I'm happy to that the show and URL and King of the Dot working together like this. You know what I mean? Like I like that shit a lot. And that battle is crazy. So can't wait till that shit gets revealed on stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
The blackout joint.
Yeah, when you
Yeah,
pop
yeah,
out. Yeah. When you
yeah, yeah,
pop out,
yeah.
when you actually walk
That's
out,
what.
it does the
Yeah,
Royal. It's like the Royal Rumble. It does the Royal
yeah,
Rumble
yeah,
countdown, and then boom, you
yeah.
see you, and then whoever once you come out, then they count down again, and then the person you
And they
battling
got the
pops out.
opponent.
Yeah, that shit is
Yeah,
crazy.
people are really gonna like the battle I got there. And then we in London in November. Shotty
Oh, the
Horror and
shoddy
Twerk.
twerk card.
Me and yeah, and then the co-main event. You know what I mean? That's still
Fire,
fire.
fire.
Me and Koj. So yeah, December,
Yo, I
maybe
battled
December.
Koj before too.
Yo, he's been here for a minute, huh?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
seen
yeah.
yeah, I seen a battle of his from like 2013. I was like, oh shit, he really been here.
Yeah, I battled him like 2015, 20, yeah, 2015, I think.
What you think? You think
Nah, I
he's
fuck.
fire?
Yeah, I fuck with him. We did a one rounder. I put it.
Oh,
This
all
this
right, all
this
right,
is when I
cool.
was. This is when I was out of my mind. I did 3 battles in one weekend.
Yo, yo, that kid is
I had a
crazy.
battle every day. I had a battle on Friday. I had a battle on Saturday, and I had a battle on Sunday.
So you didn't sleep, huh?
Hell
You didn't
no.
sleep
Well,
at all.
so right. So this is the trick of what I did because it's London, and you know what I mean. They have one of
Yeah,
the best crowds, and they receptive. Koj was a one rounder, so I wrote that. I had a
yeah.
freestyle battle with Pedro. That's homie that
Yo,
was just
that's
on the
one of the
GTX card.
funniest battles in the world, bro.
Yeah,
If y'all ain't seen DNA and Pedro, that shit is
yeah.
hilarious,
So we
dog.
was
I
doing
seen it
four
the
bars
other
back
day.
and forth, and then I
Yeah.
battled Definition in a 90
All
second
right, all
round
right.
battle. Yeah,
Fire,
I
fire,
think I went
fire.
3-0, which is crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey, salute to the whole scene out there in the UK. That shit is amazing. Can't wait to be back out there.
Word. Shout
So
out
yeah,
to
October or December, I'm free. You know what I mean? So most likely December. I can line some shit up, me and Nitty. Maybe we'll do some promo or something.
yeah.
But yeah,
That'd be
well,
crazy. That'd be crazy.
I think so too. And yeah, man, salute to the chat. Uh, thank you for having me, bro.
Nah, no doubt.
Oh,
Always.
next month in September, I'm gonna start premiering some music. I keep talking about this project that I've been working on. I handed it in June. Signed this deal. Um, it's getting mixed and mastered right now, so the whole project will probably be out before the end of the year. But y'all gonna hear the first song, in September. So
Fire.
stay tuned. Stay tuned, man. Thanks for
Fire.
having me,
Fire.
bro.
Nah. Salute to
Salute you.
Sick in the building, man. Shout out to Real
Salute.
Sick.